Hello sir, I want to ask you a question. Today I saw moon. It was looking red in color, but why it was looking? I am having this question. Can you please explain to me? Thank you.
Hello friends, today we will discuss why the moon looks reddish sometimes. The moon looks red for the same reason the sun looks red while it is rising and setting. So when you see the reddish moon, that might be probably during rising and setting time. So let's look at why it happens. Now if you go into space and look at the moon is generally white in color. But when it is rising and setting, it's in different position when you see when it is overhead. So when the moon is overhead, the reflected light of the moon will travel through our atmosphere. Right? So before the light hits the ground, it has to pass through the atmosphere. So when the moon is overhead, it will pass through 100 kilometers of atmosphere. Okay. Now, when the moon is in rising position, the light has to travel through longer path through the atmosphere by the time it reaches the observer. Okay, it happens the same way when it is setting. So when the moonlight is taking longer path through the atmosphere will actually filter out some of the light, like the blue light, the green light and the yellow light, and it only allows the longer wavelength, that is the red light. And that's the reason the moon looks red when it is rising and setting, and the same way happens for the sun too. But sometimes the moon looks red when it is not rising and setting, and that's when lunar eclipse actually happens. Now it's your turn to find out why the moon turns red when it is total lunar eclipse. Find out.